What's going on there, guys? Dr. Phil Hunt, and today I'll be showing you my 2015 NHL Bracket Challenge. So last year I did it also. Didn't really end up too good, but this year is a brand new year, and it's time to do this challenge. So I won't make this video really long. I'll go through every single round and every single matchup, and just give a quick explanation why this team's gonna win and in how many games. So let's start off in the Eastern Conference. Montreal against Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators will win in 7 games. I know this is one of the biggest series. Yeah, probably one of the biggest series everybody's going to watch. Just because Ottawa has had a great, let's say, an amazing past couple of months. And I do say from February all the way to April. Which before they didn't even, it wasn't a team that was even thought of making the playoffs. But Ottawa found their goaltender, Andrew Hammond, and they will win in 7 games just because of the heart the team has. Andrew Hammond has no playoff experience whatsoever in the NHL, so this will be surprising to see. But it's like back in 2013 when the two teams met. Ottawa came on top, obviously, but it's just the fact that Montreal, as much as I hate them, if you look at it in reality, all they have is Price. Price is Montreal. Without Price, they suck. You don't say they have Patches and all these other players, but what I'm looking at is Price. If Price chokes, the team doesn't play good. That's just basically it. In Ottawa, they got some good offense. The defense needs a little bit of stuff to work on, but I'm saying Ottawa in 7 just because of what they went through and the heart they have. Next is Tampa Bay against Detroit. Tampa Bay will win in 5 games just because Detroit's not the same. Even though it's their 24th time in a row that they made the playoffs. I'm just thinking Tampa from that last year first round loss. Tampa has a better team over Detroit, and also Detroit. Howard's not the same. They don't have Datsuk. Just a lot of these players. They're not the same. In Tampa, they have a better offense, a better defense, and the goaltending wise, Tampa Bay has a better everything. And next we have the New York Rangers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I was gonna put this series a complete sweep for the New York Rangers, but I just thought about it that Pittsburgh might come and win that one game. New York will win in 5 just because they have the better everything than Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's not the same like they were. They just made the playoff. That's the thing. It was them in Boston, and they just made it. And New York pretty much they have a better everything. Obviously Pittsburgh, they have Crosby. They got all these players. They even got Letang on the defense. But New York Rangers have an incredible defense with Boyle, Girardi, McDonough, and Lundqvist came back. So pretty much it's better. They have that better defense than Pittsburgh. One thing I could give to Pittsburgh is probably they have the better offense from New York, but I just say New York is better than Pittsburgh, and we'll pass on to the second round with 5 games. And Fleury, in the playoffs, he's risky. Next, we have the Washington Capitals and New York Islanders. These two teams, you don't really see that much of them in the playoffs. Washington, you got Ovi there, but New York Islanders, it's surprisingly, but you got Halak in net, so they will win in 6 games. And Halak, he's played with St. Louis, so he's got some experience there. So I say New York Islanders in 6 games. And now we go on for the Western. We have St. Louis against Minnesota. I just think Minnesota is going to win in 7 games just because the heart this team has and just what they've been through, just like the Ottawa Senators. Out of nowhere, their goaltender, Devin Dubnyk, just from playing in Edmonton, goes all the way to Minnesota. And he just becomes a star, just like Andrew Hammond. But Andrew Hammond is another story. Minnesota, I'm looking for that one team to jump out this year and just be out of nowhere, just go to Stanley Cup Finals, and that's the Minnesota Wilds. And you're probably telling me, oh, you're Minnesota Wilds, blah, blah, blah. Back in 2012, nobody thought the LA Kings were going to make it to Stanley Cup Finals and win it. But I just think Minnesota Wilds are that team that's going to make it far. And with the team they have a pretty good roster, so it can match St. Louis evenly. So you watch out for that team. Now we got Nashville Predators against the Chicago Blackhawks. Really short and sweet. The Chicago will win in 6 games. But Nashville don't have enough experience, even though they got Pekka Rinne. Chicago has more experience, even though they don't have Patrick Kane, but still, they have the better team over Nashville. Anaheim versus Winnipeg. As much as I would like Winnipeg to win against Anaheim, it's the first time that they actually make the playoffs. It will be a big series, and Anaheim will come on top just because of the team has the playoff experience over Winnipeg. Pavlik's been playing extremely good in Winnipeg, but it's just you're looking at playoff experience. Anaheim will come on top in 7 games. Now we got Vancouver and Calgary. Vancouver will come on top again. Playoff experience. The goaltending is Eddie Lack. It's not really playoff goaltender right there. But the Calgary Flames are a really young team. They're still in a rebuilding stage, if you want to say. They have a lot of young guys, just like Tampa was last season. And it's just a playoff experience. That's the thing. And you got Carey Ramo in net, which is still a good goaltender, but it's just not enough. Vancouver come on top. Now let's go for the second round. Ottawa versus Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay will win it, just a better team. New York against New York. New York Rangers will win that. Minnesota against Chicago. Like I said, that one team that's going to jump out this year is going to be Minnesota. That's what I think. So Minnesota is going to win that series. Anaheim versus Vancouver. Anaheim due to more skills of the team. Just a lot of veterans on that team. And it's better. They're the better team. And now we got the conference finals. Tampa Bay versus New York. New York will win that. Minnesota versus Anaheim. Minnesota will win that. And then we got the Stanley Cup finals. New York Rangers will win that. And there will be 25 goals in the series. The reason for me choosing New York Rangers winning that Stanley Cup just because last year they were a team that made the Stanley Cup finals. But last year was because Lundqvist brought him to the Stanley Cup finals. He was carrying the team. And this year, New York started off pretty slow, but at the end of it, they came out on top. They came out on top, and they won that President's Trophy. And they have everything. So I just think the depth they have on New York Rangers is good, and I think it's going to be enough to win them that Stanley Cup. As much as I like Tampa Bay to win that Stanley Cup, obviously, I'm rooting for Tampa Bay. It's my favorite team. I want them to win the Stanley Cup. Before any single team, I want Tampa Bay to win that Stanley Cup. But if you look at it in reality, it's just Tampa Bay needs a little bit more work. And as they get playoff experience, they will become a deadly team. Like I said at the beginning of the year, Tampa Bay, they might not win it this year, but next year will probably be the year for Tampa Bay. But they will make it the conference final, and it'll probably be in 7 games. But yeah, so this year's Stanley Cup championship for me is the New York Rangers. But in reality, the team that I want to win the Stanley Cup is Tampa Bay. But for this challenge, New York. So hope you guys remember to subscribe. And what do you guys think of my bracket? You don't need to bash on me. If there's something it's just extraordinarily wrong, just tell me, comment below. Just don't rage out. And what are you guys' predictions? So hope you guys remember to subscribe, and bye-bye.